Look at this thing I found in my bedroom the other day. It's called Stuff by Peter, or also known by its working title, Stuff Blah. What's on this tape is some video game shit that I recorded from the years 2006 to 2008, around that time, and I recorded stuff onto this for the sole purpose of putting it online in some way, shape, or form someday. But I just never really got around to it until 2017, so better late than never. Okay, let's take a look. So the tape begins with a PlayStation 2 logo. I guess that's fair. I mean, a lot of this tape is a PlayStation 2 thing. I guess I was concerned about presentation even then. I wanted people to know what they were going to watch without any form of uncertainty, and I guess it did a pretty good job of that. One thing of note, just straight away, is just that I really wasn't good at Guitar Hero. It's interesting, because as this tape goes along and I record more and more Guitar Hero, you can sort of see my progression. Clearly my music taste hasn't changed at all. I mean, it's pop-punk after all. Pop-punk's not dead, and if you think it's dead, then you're stupid and wrong. So how about that? Also, can I just say, thank God Guitar Hero started actually licensing their songs instead of just making cover versions. I mean, there's something to be respected about them, you know, going through the trouble of covering all the songs, but they're just not that good. I'm sorry. It was actually pretty boring watching this tape back as I was ripping it to the computer, because the first 10 minutes, it's just Guitar Hero. And me losing at Guitar Hero, not even doing well. But at least I took that loss in stride. Okay, the next bit on the tape is me playing some PlayStation 1 games. That's actually really cool looking, the way that sort of fizzles into the picture like that. Okay, just a word of warning, there's going to be a lot of flashing colors and images, because for some reason my capture device doesn't like recorded video off the PlayStation. Or any console that came out like before the PlayStation 2, in fact, because every single system that is older than the PlayStation 2 had footage that looked fine on the TV, but for some reason when being captured, it looked like this. So, no idea what that's about. I don't really care to capture it again because it's not that important. This is a Rugrats PlayStation game. It's, you lose your Reptar puzzle and you gotta find pieces of it and then the game's over. And I play it every few years because I keep finding it every few years, and it's fun, but it's not at the same time, and that's a hard descriptor to use, but it's accurate. And I'm pretty sure you'll have noticed, because Tommy Pickles has said a few times, look at all this stuff, look at all the toys. And I think that's just really interesting to have randomly play every couple of seconds or so, because you'll just be doing a mission, and all of a sudden, look at all the toys. And like, you're doing stuff. Focus, Tommy. Okay, the next bit on the tape actually shows up correctly because it's Crazy Taxi on the PlayStation 2. And I still like Crazy Taxi, but specifically I like playing it on the computer, more specifically my audio mod of the game, which I like to call Rational Taxi. I made a video about it, and you should download it. And if you don't download it, then you're a fucking loser, okay? When I was younger and I would play Crazy Taxi, I'd sort of play it like a poor man's Grand Theft Auto, because I didn't have any Grand Theft Auto games at the time because I was 9. I would just completely disregard the timer, I would disregard all the patrons and customers, and I would just run into people and into the water and stuff because I thought that was hysterical. And if you downloaded my audio mod called Rational Taxi, you'll be able to have even more fun. So just download it. Like, you have nothing to lose from downloading it, okay? Just do it. It's on my channel. Okay, so this is obviously another PlayStation 1 game because it's coming in horribly. But if I recall correctly, this game is called Contender 2, and I got this for my birthday one time in like 2003, and I never could figure out how to play it correctly, so I would just lose, but I had fun losing, so there's something. Also, this guy on the left looks like Marilyn Manson. Moving hastily on, this is a Dexter's Lab PlayStation 1 game called Mandark's Lab, and I actually played this game fairly recently, last summer in fact, and I beat it in like 4 hours. It's basically, you go to some point in the map, and then you play a mini game, and then you do that like 5 more times, and then the game's done. and it's sort of fun. It's like the same sort of deal as the Rugrats game, where it's kind of fun, but it's also kind of not. But it's almost rewarding in a way when you finish it. Okay, this is very different from the rest. This is just straight up taken off a Thomas the Train DVD that I had plugged into the VCR. I was making my own dubbed tapes when I was like 9, so I was ahead of the game. Also, watch, this video is going to get like 1 million views because Thomas the Train has something to do with it. You know, someone once messaged me on Skype last year being like, holy shit, dude, you know, the writing for Thomas the Tank Engine has actually gotten better. And I was just like, is that really something that is worth the preface, holy shit? This horrible mess of a video is from a Namco plug-and-play video game. And if you watch the 8-Bit guy, he's a really cool YouTuber. He did a video on a bunch of these different things, and the one that I have is actually one that he took a look at. So that's interesting. Okay, so we're back at Guitar Hero. I think this is Guitar Hero 2. This is the middle of 2007, and I know this because this is when I found out about this song, Even Rats by The Slip. And it's the only song I know by them. I like the song though, and it's actually one of the first times I ever used Last.fm. I use it a whole lot now, but I used it then to find a free download of the song. Does anybody remember when Last.fm let you download songs for free? Not so much anymore, but this song was good. And I was kinda good at the game at this point, as you can see. So Guitar Hero 2 transforms onto me having plugged my digital camera at the time into the TV, recorded it to tape. I don't know why. Some of this stuff you've seen on YouTube before probably, but here it is again. It's real great.
Hey, he's getting away, get him!
Monty Python, Eat Your Heart Out. Okay, this next bit, we're back to the PlayStation 1. For some reason, the intro bit comes in just fine. It's just the games themselves that are messed up. This is a time when my PlayStation 1 actually worked. It doesn't anymore. It doesn't read discs anymore, so that's upsetting. Oh, this was Super Sponge. I've used a bunch of music from this game in my videos before, and you'll probably recognize it. This is supposed to be the Summer of George. You never know when you're just gonna clog up. I wonder how many cold cuts it would take to kill me. If I were made of glass, that'd be so fucked up. Oh look, like 25 more minutes of Guitar Hero 2. Who could have predicted that? Okay, here's me playing Tony Hawk's Underground 2 with a shitload of cheats turned on. That's really the only way I ever played it. This is just one of those get the highest score challenges, I guess. Okay, so next up is Super Smash Bros. Melee, and I haven't played this game in a couple of years because I lost the disc, but I would always have fun playing with my sister and my friends and stuff. I found out the competitive world of Super Smash Bros. Melee a couple of years ago, and I gotta say, they all seem really, really miserable. They don't seem like people that would be fun to be friends with. Who do you main? Oh, what strategy do you use? I don't use a strategy, and I pick whoever the fuck I want to play as at that particular moment. But anyway, enough about them. This is me messing around for about 10.5 minutes in training mode on the Mario stage. This is actually really, really boring to watch, so I'm not entirely sure why I recorded it, but, you know, there it is. I recorded myself a little bit trying to mess around with the target challenges, because those were always cool. This right here is my very high score for the Ice Climbers level. Check it out. You've never seen anything better than that, folks. This is me playing Mario 2 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. There's another example of something that I really don't understand why it wouldn't show up properly, because this wasn't even shown on a regular Nintendo Entertainment System. This is on the Wii Virtual Console. But sure enough, it doesn't show up properly. Okay, so here's something I used to do a lot. Make a video, put it on the Wii through an SD card, and then the Wii was able to play the video backwards. And that's something that I wasn't very easily able to do back in 2007. Obviously, I'm using Sony Vegas right now, and you can do it with the click of a button, but, you know, I didn't have it back then. So I always liked watching, you know, edited videos of people doing things backwards, and finally, I could do it myself. And it was a lot of fun. Ooh, next up on the tape is Mario Sunshine. I actually remember having this bit of the tape captured to my computer at some point in 2009. I don't remember what it was for. I clearly never used it, but I like Mario Sunshine still. That's pretty fun. A lot of people think it's stupid, but I think they're stupid, so haha, fuck you guys. Your Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I've never really played this one much. I played it probably 6 or 7 times ever. It just bored the shit out of me, frankly. Alright, so this is something I forgot about. Recording this. This is in 2012, as you can see. I actually put this online before, if anyone has stuck around long enough to actually see that as it happened. As you can see, I was considerably skinnier, but it was a bit of a trade-off because I wasn't really good at making normal-looking faces. Like, if you pause anywhere on this, it's going to be a derp face, so I'm sort of glad I look the way I do now. Alright, also forgot about this. This is a tape I used to make Commercial Break look like it was on a videotape, because, what do you know, it was on a videotape. Who'd have thought? That's a good video, you guys should watch it. So next up on the tape is unfortunately not recorded over. It's Ridge Racer 64, and I don't remember a lot about this game. All I remember is that it wasn't very fun. Okay, here's Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, and I was one of those kids who would never play for the story, and I would just play to run over people with motorbikes. And so this is about 10 minutes on this tape of me doing just that. Okay, last but not least, we got Super Mario Sunshine. That's what the tape ends with. It's just some normal gallivanting, you know, playing some levels or whatever, but the last bit is actually something that made it onto my YouTube channel shortly after I recorded it, and it's actually still up to this day. The video is called Fucked Up Super Mario Sunshine, and how it was made is basically I had a coaxial connector for the Nintendo 64, and I plugged that into my GameCube since it's the same plug, and instead of just playing the game on channel 3 or channel 4, I switched to the channels basically as far up as my TV could go, basically seeing how it would look through the other channels, and the result is just a jumbled, interference-riddled mess, and I think it's incredible. It's usually hard to make a video about video games be interesting, to me at least, unless, you know, there's something hidden, or it's a secret, or it's something about how the game's developed, and I like to think that what I did here hadn't been done before. So I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back about that. Go check out that video, it's fucking amazing. But that is the end of this tape. I don't really know what else to say, so peace out.